I brought you something that I really hope helps you remember those moments in your past so that you can keep looking forward into the future.
Oh, wow.
Hey, come on. Get your stuff. Let's go.
Hi ladies, how are you?
Good, thank you.
Good, thank you. Hi.
I'm great, thank you. Thank you for having me here today. And let's
course.
talk about Madame Web because I want to start with you, SJ.
Yep.
I think being a filmmaker is a lot like being a clairvoyant because you begin with a vision of a final piece, but that piece goes through a lot of changes through script, filming, and editing. So I wanted to ask you, landing that on Madame Web, how do you embrace change?
I think as a director you have to embrace change because you have a vision in your head of what it's going to be, and invariably it will always change and it goes on a journey, sometimes for better, sometimes for worse. But I think the skill of it is you never try to not lose sight of the through line of what the movie is you're trying to make, and then allow other people to infuse it with their brilliance, because if you cast amazing people like Dakota, they're going to bring some brilliant ideas and insight and nuance to the part that is going to make it even better. So it's about kind of keeping the through line and embracing all the other great things that come along and trying to shut out the noise of the things that aren't helpful.
And now I think also being an actor is a lot like the future because you have to change a lot from when you jump from a character to another one. How do you do to let go of a character and a story that you've grown fond of to jump into the future and into another character?
I feel like I hold on to everybody that I play. A lot of the times by the end of a movie, you're like ready to get some distance. I love Cassie Webb, and I don't think I ever fully let go of. I learned so much from my experiences on set and from the characters I play that everyone is with me in some way.
What I love about Madame Web is that she's so much like her namesake from Greek mythology, Cassandra, this year that was cursed by Apollo, so no one would believe her visions. Mm-hmm. But you have also Ezekiel, who parallels the story of Oedipus, like trying to avoid his future, he encounters it. On that matter, what do you think these stories that came from ages past still resonate with us through characters like Cassie?
I had a drawing of Cassandra, the goddess Cassandra, in my script, just because I love that idea. And maybe it was like a more outward perspective, but having her not be accepted because for how powerful her mind is something maybe that's not necessarily happening in the film, but could happen in the world around the film. I don't know. I love that there's ties to Greek mythology in that way.
Well, I think those stories endure because they are so cleverly get to the heart of the human condition, and they're relatable because they kind of, through drama and narration sort of outline some of the struggles that we all go through. And you say to Ezekiel, he wanted the power, but ultimately it became his biggest blessing was his biggest curse, and whereas Cassie uses it for good. So I think it's really interesting. Many times people know things and they're not believed, and it's very frustrating, and I think for Cassie that's a big part of her journey throughout the movie is seeing things and not even knowing whether she can trust them herself, and then coming to trust her own instincts and intuition, I think is a really powerful lesson for everyone.
And lastly, before I leave, I want to tell you that I think present is a collection of the moments that we had in our past, and the future is what we do with those moments. So I brought you something that I really hope helps you remember those moments in your past so that you can keep looking forward.
Okay. Wow, thank you.
What is it?
I did them on my way here, so they're far from being my best work.
Oh, boy. Hello. That looks exactly like you.
Oh, wow, that's incredible.
Oh, my lordy Lou.
Look at that.
Wow.
Wow, you did these?
Yeah.
On your way here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
On your way here, just nonchalantly as you're traveling.
On the bus. It wasn't
wow.
easy.
That's amazing. Thank you so
These
much.
are amazing. Thank you so much.
That's extraordinary.
Thank you for
so
having me
much.
today.
Thank you.
Wow.
So nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
You're showing off.
Maybe a little.